My name is Courtney Weathers, and I am in American Government Polls 1101, the 8-week first session class. And I have found that the public health policy in Georgia is a policy that has not been efficiently and greatly executed. So a public health policy is put in place to protect the community from disease or anything that could potentially harm their health. Public health policies also ensure absolute well-being for the general population. Usually each state in the United States of America has their own Department of Health that kind of controls and makes sure that the health of the citizens is up to date and that they're well aware of everything that's going on. There's also the CDC, which is Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. They play a big role in providing data, making sure that the departments of health in each state is doing their best to keep up and to make sure that all the regulations are being followed. Georgia specifically, their Department of Health has a mission statement, and as of right now, their mission statement is to prevent disease, injury, and disability, and to promote health and well-being, and to prepare for and respond to disasters. As of right now, a major disaster that is going on is the coronavirus, and I do not think that they have done they have not been efficient in providing enough information about this coronavirus, specifically into the school systems. I do believe that this policy could be a lot more effective. It is so important to ensure that the public is well aware of all that is going on with anything to do with the virus, not to mention to be protected and to be aware of the statistics that is going on in the area. So Atlanta Public Schools has a overall website where they are supposed to put the data in for the amount of, or the number of cases that is going around in that area. This is to ensure that each district for each school system is up to date and is aware that, hey, there's this many viruses, or this many cases of the coronavirus in this area. Maybe it's not safe to return to school, or hey, there's this many in this area. Maybe the teachers should just, go remote. But the nurses are in charge of putting this data into the databases. And obviously the public health policy is not ensuring that these nurses are doing it correctly, because there are so many teachers that are still feeling very, very unsafe because they are not aware of the statistics. It's like there's not even a regulation on making sure that the teachers or the nurses are plugging in this data to the database. There's even been so many articles specifically published by Atlanta Journal-Constitution where the teachers are saying that there's so much of a lack of transparency in the government and this public health policy that they're scared to go to school. It's even gone to the extent where some teachers have emailed the Governor Kemp, and saying, this is not safe, I don't feel safe around schools, I don't feel safe going to the schools. And that's very potentially dangerous because these children are going to school and could be around people who have the virus, but the nurse never plugged in the data, and then they'll take it home and then they can spread the virus, and it's not being regulated, not like it should be. And which is kind of what is most surprising to me about this research. I feel like as a student, I believe that the University of North Georgia has done a magnificent job in making sure that we are up to date on all the cases going around. They've socially distanced. But it's more or less the lower grade schools, the not undergraduate schools, like more like high schools, middle schools, even elementary schools, that need to make sure that they are plugging in this data. So it really surprises me to see that they are not, because it's the kids that also can carry the virus and can transfer it to other people, especially their parents, and there's nothing being done about it. They are not updating the databases regularly. The parents aren't aware of what's going on. The teachers are not aware of how many cases are going on around them, and it's becoming an issue. I feel a little more protected being in a college. I do feel safe because I can handle my own decisions. I can decide to come to school if I feel safe or not safe, but the children can't. And it's not easy for the teachers to say, oh, hey, I'm just going to do online today. And it's just surprising to see the lack of transparency that is going on with such a pandemic and such an important time. I believe that the public health policy could be immensely more efficient and transformed. I think that the nurses should not have to be responsible for putting in the database. I think that the CD or the health departments of each state need to make sure that the districts themselves are doing what they need to do. But yes, that is a public policy issue. The public health department is not doing a great job in letting everyone know about how many cases are going on and making people feel safe. And when the citizens don't feel safe, that is not okay, because it is the government's job to make everyone feel safe and to control for disasters, and they're not doing their job. So yes, that is a policy issue that I believe as a student needs to be fixed, and it's super important, and I'm excited to see if it will ever be fixed and transformed. Yeah, so thank you.